Hello there everybody, the Hat Person here, and this is my review of Hatsune Miku Project Diva F. Enjoy. Yeah, that's it. What, you were actually expecting like a proper introduction to this video? What, you actually thought that I was gonna give you like a history lesson, or to actually tell you where I'm coming from before playing the game? Okay, let's actually try and make an intro this time. So, Vocaloid is a software thing that when you type stuff in the computer, an anime character goes, woo! And then all the people hear that and then they go, woo! So later Sega came down on a rocket and then he said, hey, you f***s, you want a video game or something? I also forgot to mention that Sega is drunk off his ass, like you have no idea. And everyone hears him and so he goes, woo! And so Sega was like, okay. And that's what led us to the events of today. I'm deadly serious. There are two versions of the game. Project Diva for the PS3, and you have Project Diva for the Vita. For this review, we're gonna check out the PlayStation 3 version. Let's begin with the rhythm game by itself. There are many kinds of music games that use a bunch of different gimmicks and accessories like guitars, motion controls, drums. But with this game, you play it simply by pressing buttons on the controller in time with the music. So let me ask you this. Have you guys ever played the DS game Elite Beat Agents? Yeah? Do you know how it plays? Yeah? The game? Elite Beat Agents? Yes? You know how it plays? You just tap on the screen and it goes whee! Well, congratulations, a winner is you. You now know how to play Project Diva F. You have a music video running in the background, which is pretty cool, by the way. Well, you have button symbols popping up on the screen. Then you push whatever button it tells you, and that's pretty much it. There are other commands like flicking the analog sticks when stars appear and pressing on both the D-pad and the face buttons whenever arrows show up. Fairly simple. Yep, that's how it works. I didn't really come up with a joke for this. How do I funny? Though it sounds really simple on paper, and probably any other kind of writing material like stone, sand, and a homeless man's back, the game isn't as easy as it sounds. You have 4 difficulty levels. Easy, where you just press one button for the entire game. Then you have normal difficulty, where I do hope you're sitting down, this is kind of heavy. You have to press 2 buttons. Whoa there, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This might be a little bit too much for us to take. After that, it's hard mode, and that's where the real game begins, in my opinion. In this mode, the game will make you press all of the buttons with way more tricky combinations and patterns to follow. And finally, there's Extreme! And as you expect, it's pretty difficult. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn here, you know, but I've been doing pretty good if I had to say so myself. Yuck. The only ones I haven't been able to do are these two, though. Those songs are impossible. But that doesn't matter, because I've been having a ton of fun with this game either way. As I said, it's basically Elite Beat Agents, but with better sound, better quality, better gameplay, and all around a ton of fun that's worth playing more than once. Which brings me to probably the most important part of this entire game, the song list. What do I think about the actual music of this game? Well, it's pretty good, actually. I had a really good time with it. Many of these songs, as you might expect, are one of the more popular songs in the Vocaloid scene. The list doesn't really stay true to any particular theme, so it's full of variety. Even if you are new to the game, I am more than sure that you're gonna like at least a few songs from this roster. Not a rooster. Like, okay, cut it out. It can go from pop and electronic music all the way to stuff like rock music, chip tunes, and even stuff like the Nyan Cat theme song of all things. The amount of diversity in the song list is very welcoming, and the game definitely thrives for it. I haven't even gotten started on the music videos that come with it, which are great! Much better than what we used to see in games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, where you had the same people playing on different stages with the same army of clones that stood as the audience. All of these videos are completely different from each other and are creative in their own unique way. Some of them tell stories, some of them are eye candy, and then some of them are eye candy. If that wasn't good enough, the videos also have alternate endings. Depending on how good or bad you are at a particular song, the video itself will actually change, which I find really interesting. Why didn't people think of this before? Granted, some songs didn't really change all that much, but some of them do change the ending completely. Either way, it's really fun just replaying through all the songs again just to see the different endings. Also, if you want, you can change both the characters that appear in the video and their costumes, or modules as the game likes to say. It's really something you don't have to do, but it is pretty fun to kind of screw around with it, like changing all the girl characters for guys and then seeing them dance. It's funny because, you know, you're not supposed to be there. What you doing there? You're a guy. You're supposed to be doing guy things like playing football and eating stuff that makes you fat and stuff, you silly, silly person. So in my personal opinion, I think the track list is pretty great, but even then the music might not be good for everybody. You have to consider the fact that this game comes from Japan, so you're definitely not gonna hear any English-speaking tunes aside from the single solitary song that's right there. Also, as you might expect, you're gonna hear songs that will be either A, weird because Japan, 22, awkward, especially if others are watching, or Green Lantern, frustrating, because there are no English subtitles. Seriously, what the hell? Did they really not bother to hire a translator? Instead we have this. Sure, this is kinda useful if I want to sing along to it, but I still don't know what the song is about. Well, you know, man, well, because you're going to be paying so much attention to the game, you know? Well, you won't be able to look at all of the subtitles anyway. Oh, yeah? Well, funny you say that, because the game actually lets you watch just the video. After you beat the song, you're allowed to just watch it whenever you want. And I want to see it with proper subtitles. Is this not obvious to anybody? There are people on the internet that do this for free, and these guys just didn't bother. Well, that's enough about that. Let's check out something else, like the Diva Room, which is certainly a thing that you can play. Okay, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea why this exists. I think the best way to describe the Diva Room would be that it's the borderlands between Tamagotchi and creepiness. I mean, just look at this. The game expects me to form a bond with these characters by touching them. Oh yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. It says right there in the manual. Oh yeah, because that's totally how it works in real life. Just shove my hands in front of their personal space and they'll be like, yay, we should be friends. Japan, I really don't get you sometimes. I mean, you know what? Just go to your room. But seriously, that's all you do. You rub their faces, they get happy for a bit, and then they ask you to play rock, paper, scissors all of a sudden, which can last from up to 2 minutes all the way to the ass end of forever. Way too many times have I found myself in a constant tie with them, just begging for the whole damn thing to be over. The only point of it is so you can level up your character more. But there's no point, because no matter how much you level up, nothing happens. Oh sure, I mean, you get a few items here or there, and obviously you get the occasional trophy, but that's all that it is, you know? It is useless to me. What can I get from her? Jack squat. Not even a kiss or anything. The only thing I've seen that's different is that they say hi to you when you come back, but then you just screw off back to doing nothing. There are a few occasions where you can give them presents, which do unlock special events, which consists of just like 10 seconds of them using whatever it is you gave them. But still, that's all it is. Then back to doing nothing again. Why? I gave you everything. I worked my ass off to be able to buy you a keyboard, an arcade machine, and even a jukebox. And what do? You know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go pick on Len. Ah, the little things in life. Okay, I think we've seen enough of that. What else is there? The shop. Not much to see here, although I must say that there's a ton of stuff to buy with all the Diva points you get from playing the game. You can get accessories, and you can get a bunch of... What? Option screen! Well, for some reason it's divided into 2 parts, don't know what that's all about. And here's where I am reminded of the non-existence of my social life. Yay! The studio! This one's alright, I guess. You can watch some performances while you move the camera around. Then there's another thing where you can take pictures of all the different characters, which is pretty cool, except for the one thing that ruins everything. That. The game thinks it's my mother. What the hell is up with that? The game actually makes the image go away because it doesn't allow you to take pictures from anything from the waist down. Don't take pictures of anything from this area, says the video game that literally features young girls in swimsuits and outfits with belt bras in them. Belt bras. But now, out of freaking nowhere, the game decides to be my nanny and say, oh, no, you can't see this. Why don't you have your chastity belt on? I show you, you're not the boss of me. I just gotta zoom, you know, just a little bit there and... Oh, look! But joiner! I would normally not do this, but the fact that the game doesn't let me do it makes me want to do it. It's like looking at pornography. The more they prohibit you from watching it, the more you want to see it. And finally, there's the video editor. Now this one is surprisingly deep. I like this a lot. You can actually choose a character, transfer any song you want into your PS3, and use it to create your own music videos. Granted, it is very simplified because it's on a console, but you are still able to do a bunch of stuff like animate lip syncing, activate dance moves, emotions, and create all the button presses so you can actually play the music video as a part of the game. Awesome! After you're done with your little creation, you can upload it online and you can have other people download it and play it. I like this a lot because it has this kind of Little Big Planet touch to it, in the sense of there can be an infinite amount of content as long as people keep on playing. Unfortunately, this does have its problems. Because this thing is on consoles, the controls for the editing are very finicky and really frustrating to use. Also, when you download a video to play with, the video actually has no audio. You have to own an MP3 file of your own to play the music video that it was made for. Which is understandable because, you know, copyright and whatever, but still, it does kind of ruin everything when you have that added layer of busy work into just playing a custom-made level. And most of the videos aren't really that good anyway, because of the limited nature of the whole thing. There are some really good ones, but they are very few and far in between. Looking at the amazing potential of the video creator just begs for this, and the rest of the game for that matter, to be released on PC. Yes, I know, PC Master Race and all that, but hear me out. Having it on PC would allow for easier movement, better graphics, more accessibility, and the possibility of mod support. But for some reason, this game is on consoles, with another sequel right around the corner, which is exactly the same as this one, but with different songs on them. WTF. This game could be so much better if it was on PC. If there are any Vocaloid fans like myself out there watching this video, I recommend you go and yell a lot at a Sega forum or something. Or you can send emails asking for a proper PC version of the game, because this game series can go so much better, and it can be more accessible if it is released from the limitations of being released on a console. So that's the game. So what do I think about it overall? This game is fine. You know, it is solid, middle of the road, perfectly serviceable. If you are a big fan of the Vocaloid scene and you're already into this kind of music to begin with, then you probably will enjoy it. But if you're new to this, it might take you some time to adjust. This game has a lot of good things in them, and it has a lot of bad/weird stuff in it as well. And most of the good things come from the rhythm game, you know? Having all those kinds of alternate endings on the music videos, having all that variety with the costumes, and the diversity between all the songs, including stuff that kind of makes references to the internet, you know, with stuff like the Nine Cat theme song and all that kind of stuff. And the bad stuff, or weird stuff that I would consider, is basically everything else, you know? The Diva Room, I don't even know why that's there, is just, I don't know, Tamagotchi, but with Vocaloid characters. I don't know what that's all about. You have, you know, the studio room that for some reason doesn't let you take any kind of photos that might be, I don't know, interesting, I don't know. Anything from the waist down is a no-no, which is very frustrating, to say the least. Also, you have the video editor, which is pretty cool in its own right, but it is a lot of wasted potential. If only this game came out on PC and it had, you know, a better sense of maneuverability, more accessibility, and if it was just, basically, if the whole game was just out on PC, this game would be so much better because it has, you know, it would give so much opportunities for better graphics, more accessibility, easier to use, and all that kind of stuff. And so I feel like the video editor would just thrive so much more and give so many opportunities to people if it was just released on that platform. But overall, I think the game is fine. There's already another game coming out called Project Diva F2nd, which is literally exactly the same game, but with different songs, obviously. So if you like what you see here, you're probably gonna like the other one. And if you're still kind of on the fence, there's a demo out on the PlayStation Network now for free. So you can download, play a few songs, kind of get a feel for the game, and if you like what you see, then you're probably going to enjoy this kind of game. You like that? Me actually talking like an actual adult that I actually knew what I was talking about? Yeah, better be thankful you're not gonna see that every day. So there you go, that's the review. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, at least if you stayed all the way to the end, because I know there are a lot of people that don't, which makes me sad. If you watched this far and you enjoyed what you see, be sure to give this video a big, fat, sexy like, and of course you can subscribe if you want, so you can stay updated on everything that I'm doing here on this channel. I do a whole bunch of other stuff aside from video reviews. I do Let's Plays, I do a podcast occasionally, and even more occasionally I do music, but for the most part it's these scripted reviews, some top 10 lists, and Let's Play videos, and some kind of occasional vlogs that I do to kind of express myself that you know, kind of pertain to things that aren't normally video game related. Sometimes anime vlogs, that's another big thing that I do. But yeah, you know, just enjoy yourselves and, you know, find whatever you like, pick your poison, because there's a bunch of stuff that you can check out. And with that said, I'm the Hat Person and hope to see you guys next time. Okay, the video's over. Now get the hell out of my room.